So yeah, buddy, are you excited about the opportunity for Sam Darnold to get his shine and start?
Bro, we're so fucked.
Welcome to the Rivalry weekly NFC West slash Seahawks 49ers slash Ryan's time to grieve talk. How's it going?
Oh, definitely my time to grieve sometimes. Not for the first 5 weeks though, Joe.
I
Not
know
for the
it was.
first.
It's been quite the roller coaster of the Rivalry Wednesdays, really. If you think about it, it seems like there hasn't. Well, there was 2 weeks where we were on the same page, pretty stoked. But
Yeah.
other than that, um, yeah. So let's get into it. Before we get going, I'd like to say what's up to Bryant. He says smash that like button. He says Jake Bobo the like button, which we will get into in a bit. But I kind of want to first get started with the 49ers. It seems like it went from bad to worse as far as the Monday night game. And then hearing afterwards that Purdy was in concussion protocol, which I didn't even know was a thing during the game. I didn't know.
Well, no. And he had a press conference afterwards, no sign of that. But then on the plane ride back, he started getting symptoms. So Kyle said pretty much he woke up at the airport after they landed, and he was awoken with the news that Brock Purdy's in concussion protocol. Oh God, Bryant Culp over here.
Sam area. Yes, I see that. I'm not rubbing in your face. It was almost just kind of a question of when something like this was going to happen to your guys' quarterback, because it seems like it's happened the past 2 years.
Brock Purdy still has a chance to suit up for the game.
No, I got you. And it's not like he tore his ACL or anything. So
yeah. But also in the Monday night game, Troy Aikman said he was speaking with Brock Purdy, and he said Brock Purdy told him that he doesn't have 100% strength in his arm back yet.
Why is he out there then?
Well, because 100% strength doesn't mean 100% healthy.
Yeah.
So that could be the difference. And it also makes sense on how he was in training camp and how he just right before week 1 was able to start really honing in some of those passes that we able to see so much. Oh, we got Corey Davis in the house. What up, Corey? Make sure to check out 7 o'clock Corey Davis on his channel. He's got the Pick'em show. I know I will be there. Joe, did you ever send your picks?
Yeah, I sent them. I surprisingly sent them.
I told Carcast was in our I think Carcast was in our Thursday night game thing, and I said, Carcast, stop what you're doing right now if you can and get your picks in, or else you're gonna forget. And Corey's like, yep, Carcast forgot. He ain't send me his picks.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I forgot to send them to him until I was watching your guys' live, and like I said, I was gonna come in, I was gonna text you. I was gonna come in at halftime, and I was like, it's pretty close. We're probably gonna be talking about important shit, because I thought it was gonna be a blowout, honestly.
I forgot to drop you a link.
No big deal. I could have texted you. I didn't feel like I wasn't invited. And then once halftime, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? They're probably going to be in a better mood after the game, because I was still expecting the 49ers to kind of pull away. And I just felt kind of bad for you guys. And I was like, I'm not gonna ask for the link and just be that guy that's like, well, at least it was a close game. Like, I don't give a shit. So I'm not gonna be on there pretending I give a shit. So
right? Which is
yeah,
good
so
because
I didn't.
you don't want to be disingenuous.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
save that stuff for the Friday night show where it's, that's the whole the whole motif of it.
Yeah,
Just say whatever,
exactly.
do
So like,
whatever.
I was rooting against them, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go on there. I'm not gonna go on there with 4 people that just feel like shit after watching a pretty shitty game and just being like, "Hey guys, yeah, the Seahawks did great yesterday. I don't know what you guys are so bummed out about." So, but yeah, anyways, when so I texted you guys, and I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I do feel bad for you guys. I wasn't kidding." And then Corey goes, "Yeah, you feel bad for us. You picked the Vikings." And I was like, "Did I send him my picks?" And I looked back, and I did send him my picks because I thought I totally forgot. And that's how I realized that I sent in my picks. So
So if you don't join us on Corey's show this evening, Joe, make sure to tune in and do your picks as make the picks, see the thing, make the picks, and don't stop watching the show and go on with your life until you send them. That's the only way you're going to remember.
okay. I think I should be there. I have to talk to my wife, but I think I should be there tonight. Let's get back.
Sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm a dick. Okay. I get it. I'm just an asshole. Anyways, I've not received your week 8 picks. I know tonight's tonight. I'm not gonna send them in early. I'm a procrastinator.
Corey hasn't seen mine either.
Anyways, let's get back to it. Where do we start? Let's start with the bad news and then get to the good news. So go ahead.
Oh, you got good news? Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be great. So
Yeah,
I'll
I got
take
some bad news too. So
I'll take the next 45 minutes with my bad news, and then you can do your bad news for 3 minutes, and then you can have 10 minutes to your good news all to yourself.
no, we got some pretty bad news coming out of the weekend. So yeah, our star pass rusher Uchenna Nwosu is out for the season with a torn pectoral, so he has to get surgery on that, which will knock him out the whole season. That's a huge blow, which is why we signed Frank Clark today.
Pectorals are no joke.
Yeah. So
you got Frank Clark back.
Yeah. So I'm wearing his jersey right now. He won't be 55 anymore, but yeah, we brought Frank Clark back today, which he's not Uchenna Nwosu, but maybe he can do kind of like what Bruce Irvin did for us last year, and that's fill a void that we desperately needed. So yeah.
As long as you got somebody that somebody's got to be scared about, you're doing good.
And Boye Mafe is actually tied for first place in pass rush win rate across all of NFL this season. So
I thought you were going to say a rim shot.
A what?
A rim shot.
I don't even know what that is.
So, oh God, our game was so horrible.
Yeah.
In all phases, except for punting, we were bad. Like kicking, we were 50-50, right? Which really blows my mind because you're in a dome, no wind. Supposedly, the only thing certain is in life when it comes to things from Coach Harbaugh is death, taxes, and Jake Moody. And he misses the shorter kick, but then knocks the 54 yarder. He knocks the 54 yarder down. So where is that? Like, he wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't good. You know what I mean? He was average. We're looking for somebody who is consistent.
Yeah, for sure. You know why I can tell you're a little frustrated right now is because you said which seems to be the strategy for Coach Harbaugh.
Or yeah, Well, that's
You're
the Michigan State coach who coached Moody.
or Michigan coach. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about right now. I thought you were like, oh shit, man, he's really pissed.
No. Well, not anymore. I don't really get pissed anymore.
Disappointed.
I'm just disappointed and like annoyed. You know what I mean? Like you
Mm.
go back and watch Corey and I's stream. Like I wasn't like Corey was more mad. So
I could tell. Boy, I've not seen
yeah.
Corey react like that. Because I watched your guys' stream against the Browns. Your first loss 2 weeks ago, and Corey was like, wow, we're about to get our first loss to the Browns. You know, he's kind of just like, oh shucks. This week he was like, I think I heard him say the F word. I really think I heard him say the F word. So
I think he said shit too. And I know where that's coming from.
mhm.
We know we're a better team than that, and we like who was I talking with? Oh, we were on. I think it was on with. I think I was on Ted. Somebody came in while we were talking about referees, and he was like, "You're going to blame things on referees," and it's like, no, I'm not blaming this game on referees. I'm just saying that first thing, there was bad calls in this game. Second of all, there's bad calls all this weekend about games, and we were talking about how we needed full-time refs, right?
Yep.
So, like, yes, there was bad calls, but you take away those bad calls, I don't think we still win the game because we were playing like shit. Like, if we were playing our brand of football, no matter if there were those penalties or more penalties, we still would have won that game because the penalties would have been the only time they were moving the fucking ball. You know what I mean? So I can't cop out to penalties at all because I know that if we were playing our brand of football, penalties wouldn't mean for shit. People are, Trent Williams was out. I still think we could beat them without Trent Williams. Brock Purdy was overthrowing people. There was everybody did not look like themselves. And you got Coach Wilkes calling zero coverage there in the last seconds of the first half and us giving up a touchdown on that play. To the point where Kyle Shanahan even was asked about it, and he pretty much said, yeah, we've talked, and I said, hey, I don't mind cover zero. I think that's a great play. When you're talking about they need 20 yards to get into field goal range, I like that. You know what I mean? But in that situation, that much time on the clock, this and that, no cover zero. That's not a good call. So, and like, I don't. So they blitz more than anybody else, right? So now you want to go blitz Kirk Cousins, who've been sitting there getting blitzed more than any other quarterback in training camp. And now you want to try and, blitz him? Like he hasn't figured it all yet. He's a vet. If he doesn't figure out your blitz and where it's coming from pre-snap, you're lucky. And if he does, you're screwed because he knows the hot route. Why are we blitzing from like linebacker position like we were doing all night? Why not do like a delayed rush from the nickel position? Make him already count somebody in one area and then pull him from his blind side.
He was getting the ball out pretty quick, though.
I
was surprised.
Yeah, if he's getting the ball out quick, okay, then let's drop back and get more people in the passing lanes. Let's drop back. Why not?
Yeah,
why, if he's going to get it out, why do we need to put more people to it? It's not like we were running forward with our hands up to make a wall that he couldn't throw through. So if that's not the case, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the fucking point?
He was impressive that game. I'll give him that. I'm not a huge
resources to a point that's mute.
I was impressed with him. I don't know what to say.
To say he's not an above average quarterback is just idiotic. Yes, he's got this prime time thing, but we saw him do good last night in prime time, and we've seen him do good in prime time before. It's just most of the times it's a very But when it comes down to it, you catch him any other day of the week, that's a guy you got to worry about because he can pick you apart. He knows what's going on. His issue has always been like his team around him. And I feel, and him on prime time, which he smacked us on. Look, we got our butts kicked, and I know we only lost by a couple points, but I call that our butts kicked because we're better than that. We should have won by 10. We should have won by 10, maybe 14 points, and we ended up losing by a handful. So it's, yeah. Well, defense was horrible. We're not wrapping up. I think they were exploiting, they're trying to exploit a weakness with the matchup of Drake Greenlaw on, I think it was Addison. There in the beginning, and they pulled Greenlaw out, and then Greenlaw came back in, knocked the shit out of somebody. And then they couldn't figure out anything to do with Greenlaw after that. But Fred Warner was almost non-existent during the game. And you're talking about all pro Fred. Fred's supposed to be a badass, and he was just nobody during the game. Dre Greenlaw had a better game to him. It was bad. We can't get our pass rush and our pass defense synced up. So we can't have them both doing a good job at the same time. So when Nick Bosa is getting close to where he's about ready to sack him, somebody's open and Kirk can throw the ball. But when somebody's got somebody blanketed, Bosa's all hung up and can't get there. So somebody gets more time and a wide receiver gets open. So.
And that's something to be careful with next week because, I mean, we did a pretty good job shutting him down, but Burrow's no joke either. And under pressure, he's no joke either. So if your coverage is lacking, Burrow can get that ball out just about as fast as anybody, which I know is from watching with the Seahawks. So I wouldn't chalk this up as a win going into next week, but I'd say you guys are favored and you guys got to get back to playing how you're supposed to. But Burrow's no joke. So
Burrow and Purdy are both like stone cold when it comes to like pressure in their face. You know, as far as like young guys that came in the league the last couple years, like as far as quarterbacks go, they, to me, it's one of those things where it's like live by the sword, die by the sword, because yeah, you might get pressure on them, but that pressure might also lead to big gains. And that's why I don't want to see us blitzing them. I just want to see us try and getting home. All else fails. Let's just be solid on the back end, and the front end can get home whenever it gets home. You know what I mean? Whatever. Let's just make sure we're solid on the back end. Let's not worry about our pass rush. I don't know how the fuck our pass rush isn't fucking just dominating fucking people. This is ridiculous. We got so much money wrapped up in that line, and to get like little to no production out of it is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Not even just money, just names too. Like it's not like
there's a lot of
on
talent.
Guys that don't produce. You know what I mean? It's not like they're out there just going, oh, give it to Clowney, give it to Chase Young, people like that. I mean, it's proven. Hargrave and Bosa are both proven guys. And I'm afraid of Armstead,
Eric
too.
Armstead's also a very proven guy.
Yeah, so I haven't heard much about him this year, but I know whenever we play him, he's a guy to look out for.
Do you know who AQ Shipley is?
Yeah, with the offensive lineman. Sorry. On the Pat McAfee show, yeah.
So I wanted him to display one of the plays against the Raiders game where Eric Armstead just eats like two blockers. One of them's an offensive lineman. He just eats two blockers and then stuffs the running Jacobs on like the goal line. And I was like, hey, can we get a shot out to this? And he said, I played with the Arizona Cardinals, and I used to have to play against Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner, and those were some of the worst games ever for me. Like, just because those two together, they're so nasty, so they're so lanky, and they're just assholes when you get down there in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know, they're straight assholes. So they're good.
Yeah. Well, going into next week game, I guess we kind of talked about about that a little bit. But Carcast asked, "Is Jimmy Ward? Is that his name, right? You had two Wards, right? Is Ward getting cooked by Chase again this week? I hope not."
Travarius Ward.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Ward's
Jimmy
the one
Ward
who's
is now
gone.
on the Houston Texan. Yep.
Yeah, I got the two confused. Sorry.
It's not your team. I wouldn't expect you to be that up on it. And if you were, I mean, I'd have to give you a round of applause.
So yeah, he said, "Is Ward getting cooked by Chase again this week? I hope not."
So I almost Travarius Ward. I don't know what's up with him. So like he comes out, he has great games, he dominates people, and then like some people, I don't know. I swear, like he knows they're gonna do good against him, and so like he just like goes into a box, and then he just like gets defeated. So like DK Metcalf last year in that a playoff game. Remember DK had all them yards. I think it was like 130 something yards on us or something.
The playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say a lot of those yards were in garbage time.
Well,
A few.
but the first couple of big long ones that he broke off, those were on Travarius Ward, and Travarius Ward showed up to the game and tried to intimidate DK Metcalf, which I think is ridiculous. How I don't think I'm intimidating DK Metcalf whatsoever. He's taller than me. He lifts more. I weigh more. I think he's gonna believe that since he's such a heightened athlete that he could take me, and I'm guessing he's going to. But what I'm saying is like that's like looking at Travarius Ward. Like, okay, you're a great athlete, all right, but I still lift more than you. I got more reach on you. I'm, you know what I mean, got more weight on you. Like, don't. Why would you want to play that game? I would rather make my work speak for me and just be silent the whole time. Let the silence be deafening. You know what I mean? Like that's how I'd rather do it. Let my work talk for me and let the silence be deafening. Just let them
Yeah,
know I'm
and
out here to do work. And
well, as far as
that,
DK goes, it seems like I was talking to one of my friends, and it seems like the guys that don't chirp at him irritate him more.
yeah, I don't think it's well. DK loves the back and forth because he knows that he's gonna moss people. You know what I mean? He might not have a great game, but he's gonna moss the shit out of somebody at some point. You know, that's what he's there for. You know, that's why I was hoping we'd get him because they were talking about his 7-cone drill, this and that. And I was like, I don't give a shit about his side to side speed.
Yeah,
I'm talking about straight down the field 50-50 ball that motherfucker all the time. I don't give a shit. Cone
his seven,
drill.
taking it
Fucking
back to
cone
draft
drill.
day. People were freaking out about his 7-cone drill and his neck injury, which his neck injury was a legitimate concern because they said he might never play football again when he was at Ole Miss. But his 7-cone drill, everybody, his 7-cone drill slower than Tom Brady's. That was the big thing. And yeah, we lucked out. He's a pretty decent receiver.
Tell me how that 7-cone drill looks now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Fuck the 7-cone drill, bro. Who gives a shit? I'm not asking him to fucking like hopscotch. I'm asking him to run a vert and get a 50-50 ball if he's got somebody on him. If he's dusted them, you know what I mean? Then you don't have to worry about the 50-50 ball.
And
slants
too.
Yeah. It's all, you don't need much from him.
Yeah. But
he could do deep crossers and all that good stuff too. He just doesn't do all the fucking shit that a slot can do, which he's not. So what does it matter?
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got Lockett and Smith and Jigba anyway.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
But yeah, DK was out last game. What was it? It was something with his hip. he should be back this game. What's the deal with Bobo really stepped up in absence of him. Surprisingly, I can't believe we're in October and I'm still bringing up Jake Bobo's name, but I think he's definitely established himself on the 53-man roster by this point, Bryant. Even though I told you,
think the 12-man has taken him in.
yeah,
You guys kind of do that with the unsung heroes of the team. Like, you got a guy who's
slow white guys. Yeah, we usually tend to like, just like Jake Bobo. Yeah, if
Steve
you're
Largent.
slow, yeah. If you're
Not
slow
that
and
he was
white,
slow.
if you're slow and white, you're probably from Seattle anyways. So so the chance that we take you in is probably pretty good. But no, yeah, it's true. We're always that way with Justin Forsett as well. He was always a fan favorite, kind of just. But yeah, Bobo made a huge.
What was
I
the
don't know.
tight end? The tight
What's
end.
that?
Didn't you have a tight end named Stevens?
Yeah, Jeremy Stevens.
Jeremy Stevens. Who was the guy who was dating the soccer player?
Hope Solo.
Yeah, Hope Solo.
That's Jeremy Stevens. They're married.
Are they still?
Surprisingly, yeah. Actually, they got married one day after their first domestic violence incident, I think.
They need to stop drinking. I'm telling you, they got issues and they just need to chill out. And they got kids. You know what I'm saying? You guys need to chill out.
We got Randy Daytona in the house. We got Steve-O in the house. Lil Sponge.
Sponge.
Let's get JoJo 100 subs. And Seahawks Eddie, who I got to meet at the Seahawks game this weekend. So that was fun. I was actually
What up, Eddie?
I took a piss. I was walking out. I was like, fuck. And I was like, oh, that's shit. That's Seahawks Eddie. I was like, hey, meet me outside. We'll take a picture. So, yeah, I actually met him in the bathroom at the Seahawks game. So that was tight. Yeah.
Seahawks Eddie, how much for the handies?
Fuck you. But, yeah, no, very nice guy. My wife was like, oh, wow, he seems really nice. Who's he? I was like, oh, we did a show together before.
Did you think he'd be taller in person?
Which one, me?
The Seahawks Eddie. It was a joke back in the day that was like when you'd meet somebody, like maybe on like a date or something, like the chick would be like, oh, I thought he was taller. You know what I mean? Because you get close enough to actually, it was a joke.
Yeah, he is shorter than me. I actually didn't remember because I was like, he said we weren't taking pictures in the bathroom. No, we took pictures outside the bathroom. Here it is, right? Right there. There's me and Seahawks Eddie.
All right, there's two people on a phone. Check it out.
Yeah, kind of. You can kind of see my camera sucks.
It's a combo.
Anyways, who else did I meet at the game? I met Jackson Smith and Jigba's girlfriend and mother and best friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was walking through the event center. Me and my family, I guess, because I took my wife, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my nephew. Walking through the event center, and this girl comes up and she goes, "Hey, nice Smith and Jigba jersey." And I go, "Who's that?" And she goes, "Oh, come on." And I was like, "All right." She's like, "Hey, would you mind taking a video with us and just saying, hey, we're going to ask you who's your favorite player, and you're going to say Jackson Smith and Jigba." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." I was like, "Who are you guys, though?" They were all wearing Jackson Smith and Jigba jerseys. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like, who are you guys? And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm his girlfriend. That's his mom over there." And this guy's like, "Oh, yeah, we've been friends forever." So I was like, okay. They just asked me a question in this tiny little microphone. They're like, "Who's your favorite player on the Seahawks?" I go, "Jackson Smith and Jigba."
That's the new thing. It's if you notice on YouTube now, people do the little thing, and that's now the
they
new
seem
trend.
to work though.
Well, of course they work. They're mics. They're made to work.
Yeah, no, it kind of reminds me of Will
Are you,
Ferrell's
are you talking
tiny.
about the little mic that looks like a little mic that you do karaoke with the silver on the bottom and the gray or the black
No, no,
fuzz
no, no,
protector?
no.
You're talking about the clip-on mics.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what I think is so hilarious. They're using the clip-on mics as like a regular mic, and it's like this is the trend that we're starting here. Is
it
you see
reminds me.
mic?
You know what it kind of reminds me of is Will Ferrell's little cell phone on Saturday Night Live. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, yeah. It kind of reminds me of that. But
Oh, Will Ferrell, man, that guy. Oh, on Saturday Night Live, so damn good.
yeah,
Also,
well,
if you ever want to just die laughing again, you might be a little too young for this, Joe, but Norm Macdonald's weekend updates were fucking
oh
savage.
yeah, he died
S- yes,
just
yes,
like recently, I think too.
couple years ago, year and a half ago, something like that.
I liked his
Yep.
voice, his kind of
Dude,
nasally voice. That was kind of my
I
favorite.
I loved his brand of comedy. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, and it went totally well with his voice because he'd say something totally smart ass and that fucking almost like
It's
nasally fucking,
like you'd have
very distinct.
he'd get to the punchline and like you'd be like, "Wait a second. That's not funny." And then you'd be like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh shit, it has to be funny." So you got to go back and figure out where. And it's not like everything he was going over my head like that, but sometimes it was like so he'd play it so like plain faced,
Hmm.
without any laughing that you're like, that seems like a normal statement and he's not laughing. So where's the funny in it? And then you got to go back because you're hearing everybody else chirping and laugh. It's like those Mitch Hedberg jokes.
I don't know who that is.
Uh, Mitch Hedberg, oh God, you got to check him out. He's like, someone asked me if I wanted a frozen banana. And I said, no, but I'll take a fresh banana for later. Or he's got his jokes are so like, I can't think of another one right now, but when you hear his jokes, you're like, oh my God, holy shit. Who thinks of this shit? Right? He's got so many ones that are just like, they're all like clean. They're all like clean as shit. And they have to do with another. But anyway, this is the rivalry. I should be getting on Mitch.
Anyways,
I'll send you some Mitch Hedberg shit. Trust me.
McNiner
Dean.
says Nwosu done for the season. Yeah, we touched on that. That's a big blow, and that's why we signed Frank Clark today.
Frank
Um,
Clark.
yeah, and hopefully he can step it up. I'm not asking him to be Uchenna Nwosu, but the thing is Boye Mafe has really been the one getting home this season and not Chenna like last year. So let's just hope Mafe can keep it up. Daryl Taylor, for some reason, came out of nowhere last game. Maybe that's because Chenna was out so much. So yeah, let's see DT and Mafe step it up, and then sprinkle some Frank Clark in there. Also, Derek Hall's another one, a rookie out of Auburn. He's going to need to step up for Nwosu being gone too. I mean, it's kind of got to be the next up mentality because he's out for the season. I know people say it all the time, but it's true. Let's see.
And,
We got Bebop in the
and at
house.
least
What's
out
that?
of the gate, at least Frank Clark might warrant some sort of like preparation for some of these teams until he can unless he, I would say until maybe he had like a bad run or something. Like, you never know how this is going to start. So either he's going to be all right and do better, he's going to be all right, or he's going to, not do very well and maybe get worse as time goes on or something, something along those lines, right? So at least starting out, somebody's going to be game planning for him until he picks a path. And then once that path goes, you know what I'm saying? They might not. But right now, I think you could at least get some benefit of them having the game plan for him.
Yeah,
So
and
he might not get much production off the bat because he might be getting more game plan, but other people down the road might figure out you got other issues you need to worry about, and then he might start giving you some production.
well, right now I think Boye Mafe is the one that everybody's worrying about. He's the one that seems to be there every every time we got a solid rush going on, he seems to be right in the middle of things. He did get called for. I know because it's against my team, I'm more pissed than usual, but we got to take the skirts off these quarterbacks. I know they're not going to, but if a quarterback accidentally gets touched in the helmet, because Jesus Christ, Devin Witherspoon got an interception called back because Boye Mafe had his hand up trying to block a pass, right? And then when he went down, he accidentally grazed the helmet of Josh Dobbs, and that pisses me off so bad.
You know what? If you're gonna say that people need to be careful and need to do something a certain way, right, for the safety of the sport, then it needs to be on. It needs to be across the whole, all the players, right? You know what I mean? Like there shouldn't, because, and what I'm saying is they can't do any kind of, like, if a running back gets hit on the helmet like that, they won't throw that penalty.
No, because
So
the
if you
running backs
afford
don't make
everybody the
money.
same rights, they won't be favored as much. And I think that may be where we need to go as far as things, because we can't turn into soccer. The people of America don't want to see flopping ass bullshit.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Like Jalen Carter did over the weekend. I don't know if you saw that. I don't like flopping. I hate flopping. That's part of the reason I don't even like basketball anymore. I just hate. I don't know. Anyways, off of that subject, Witherspoon looked fucking awesome again. I think we got ourselves a gem. He had an interception, got called back. Had a sack, got called back. So on the stat sheet, he didn't look as amazing as his game actually was. He had an interception, like I said, got negated by a roughing the passer call, and then a sack that got negated by kind of a ticky-tacky defensive holding call. So yeah, let's just say his presence is felt. He had a huge hit. I don't know if you saw that on any of the highlights. Just blew up a receiver in the flat. He's really bringing that boom, and that's awesome. And also, yes, our throwback game is this weekend. Cannot wait to see the silver helmets out there.
That'll be cool.
Oh yeah,
That'll be cool.
But yeah, Seahawks Eddie asked, "Is it true that Sam Darnold is starting for Sunday for the Bengals game?" And that's not 100% sure,
no.
Right? We talked about.
But as far as things go, like let's be honest. So usually people are out the game afterwards, right? And it's essentially a short game on him. So Monday night at some point he went into concussion protocol. And I don't know if that means anything. Like it could take him longer. Like he might be in protocol. And let's say if people come out of protocol on Mondays or whatever, after the following week, will he be out of protocol on Tuesday? Maybe. I don't know. But and Kyle said it doesn't matter if he clears protocol. I'm pretty sure Purdy's playing. So I think Purdy wants that.
Obviously.
I think Purdy wants that. I think Kyle wants that. And if that's the situation, then I don't want to see Sam Darnold. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you always want your
Kyle was
first string quarterback playing. Jesus.
Kyle was asked, do you have trust in Sam Darnold? He says, I've got as much trust as you can have in somebody who has come into training camp and who's this far in this season in their first year in my system. In other words, he doesn't trust him at all. He doesn't trust him at all. Really? You know what I mean? Because we know Kyle's got a tough system to get down. Right? And like, if this was Brock Purdy, I'm sure Kyle would have been like, oh yeah, I trust Brock Purdy.
I don't know. It's going to be a tall task against the Bengals this weekend. I mean, I'm not doubting you guys. I've doubted you guys plenty of times before. I've been proved wrong
I'm
plenty of
doubting
times.
us. Depends on who's under center, and how could you not doubt us with how we played the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
They did not. The last 2 weeks, they did not win the games. We lost them. And anybody who thinks different, I don't know what game they were watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We get like
No, I
the
agree.
Browns game. PJ Walker had, what was it? I think it was like 118 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't win. You don't win with stats like that in your starting quarterback. You don't win with the stats like that.
No, and that's why I was kind of upset last week because, like I told you, the Seahawks should have won the Bengals game. Like the Seahawks should have, on paper, looking at the stats, the Seahawks should have won the Bengals game, but it just didn't work out that way. Red zone offense still not great. Let's see how it goes. I'm kind of just rolling with it now. Kind of just rolling with the team. We're gonna roll into every game. Our red zone offense ain't the best. Let's see if we can
What are
take
they?
care of
What kind of
things.
plays are they running in the red zone? Or
The
are they
mixture
doing?
of fucking everything. I think they've tried everything so far.
Because if I were you guys, I would be like putting DK in the slot and running a nice slant with him. Like,
Well,
good
DK
luck
was out
doing
last
that.
game.
Look, I'm just saying, you've had this
No,
red zone issue for a
issue for
while now.
weeks. Weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd be trying to move DK inside. I would also see if I couldn't find a way to also get Lockett in motion before the snap in one of those what do they call it, cheat
Jet
motion or
sweep.
whatever. What's
Like a
up?
like a jet sweep.
No, what they call a cheat motion.
Oh, when
Essentially,
he
it's
just goes in, comes out.
what goes in and snaps the ball and then uses all that forward momentum just to go up the field. I think that would be nasty with him. And if you got DK running a slant at that point, now you got like a pick your poison. Somebody's got to figure out something. It's happening quick. I there's things you could do.
Nothing I can do. I can sit
No,
back and watch. I'm to the point where I'm like, fuck it. Let's just throw everything but the kitchen sink. Um, but yeah, how are you feeling going into Sunday? How do you feel? Like, are you
what do
feeling
you mean? How do
confident?
I feel? I just told you I got no fucking clue what's going on. I totally. How do I feel? I feel great. I think put all your money. Joe, do me a favor. Take your whole paycheck and put it on us, baby. On
I
the
wish.
spread. On the spread, not money line. On the spread, baby.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. That's what I'm looking at right now. The 49ers are favored by 3.5 points.
Oh Jesus!
And
Because it's
yeah,
at home. 3.5 points because we're at home.
I didn't even notice that. Bro, what in the fuck was going on? Were there no Vikings fans at the fucking US Bank Stadium? I was pissed about that. There
What
were
do you
so
mean?
many 49ers fans there. Did you hear Let's Go Niners just going on in the middle of the game?
Uh, bro,
Not bro.
like
No more
the
bro.
only place we can't red out is your place.
No, you can. You can. You did it last year. It
Oh,
pisses me off.
I don't think we'll. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, but
Okay, I get it because we're usually 90% Seahawks fans, right? So when there's like 25% 49ers fans there, it feels like there's 75% 49ers fans there. It's like enough to just grind my gears. We've talked about this. We
let's grind
not
my gear.
not going over it again. We don't know who's starting yet, but with the bye week coming, McNiner wants to see McNiner wants to see Sam Darnold.
What?
Yeah, he said.
No, he didn't even say his name right. It's It's Sam sees ghost Darnold. He
We'll see.
coined that. I'm telling you, he coined that. I'm sure he's not excited for this whatsoever. Hold on real quick. I need to. I feel better.
You know what I would be worried about though if I were you guys. Say you do start Sam Darnold. This is fucking Halloween weekend. If there's one weekend where he's gonna see ghosts, it is this weekend. Sorry, that was a total Brian Colt dad joke right there.
Hey, shout out to Brian Colt. He's one of the realest out there. If you don't know,
realist in the game.
The realest of them all. God, I can't take him seriously every time he says that now. I just immediately start dying.
No, you actually. Actually, Crypto Ryan is the realest of them all. It's the only one that keeps it real.
Yeah.
How do you keep these guys straight?
One that keeps it
real. Anyways, yeah, we got.
How many times did you go back and watch that?
At least 30 for sure. I have it recorded on my cell phone, so I have it screen recorded. Every now and then when I want to get a good laugh, I'll go back to that. Yeah, Bryant says he keeps us together. Yes, for sure.
Bryant is the glue.
Yeah, I actually sent that screen recording.
And Tony keeps all the starch in his shirts, so he couldn't do it without Tony. So essentially, Tony is the glue, but
I'd say the day after that happened, because that happened at probably 1 a.m. or something. I sent it to a shitload of people, and they just called me. They're like, "That's the funniest shit I've seen in a long time." So, anyways, the Seahawks got the Browns this weekend. The Browns have a stingy defense, except for against Gardner Minshew for some reason.
So, dude, did you see the penalties at the end of the Browns Colts game?
No, I just heard about them. I heard
the same ref. The same ref is like, oh, yeah. I think it was a pass interference first.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball is nowhere catchable. The ball's so far out of the end zone when it bounces that it immediately bounces up into the stands. And I'm telling you, it's maybe 5 feet away from the.
It was uncatchable. Uncatchable.
Uncatchable. Yeah. So this guy throws a flag. Boom. They're like, okay. And then what was the other one? I can't remember the other one, but it was they called another penalty when it was right down 3rd and something or 3rd and goal or something, 4th and goal, something like that. They threw another penalty, give them a whole nother downs. It's what is going on?
Yeah. So hopefully, and that was in Indy as well. So I was gonna say we're playing at home. We'll see. One thing I am a little bit nervous about is we're wearing our 90s jerseys this weekend. We sucked ass in the 1990s. Don't know if anybody remembers that, so hopefully we don't play like that.
I don't think that'll matter.
Let's see. Maybe they'll bring Stan Gelbaugh in, our quarterback from 1992 that scored 8 points per game, to give the team a pep talk. He wore those jerseys. Maybe we'll bring Rick Meyer in to give a good pep talk to the team about what wearing those jerseys mean. Anyways.
Yeah. Or what about John Freeze?
That's another good one.
Bro.
I'd throw Kitna in there, but I think Kitna performed a little bit better than those last 3 guys. So
I saw John Freeze play.
Yeah, spelled all weird, right? Friesz or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Dan McGuire. Yeah, let's talk about that. Dan McGuire might make an appearance. Dude, we had the run of like the shittiest quarterbacks in the NFL for a good 10 years.
I guess I watched Freeze against the Green Bay Packers and back in the Dome.
Oh, yeah, where there was a shitload of Packers fans there, huh?
A shit ton of Packer fans. My dad was like, "Hey, calm down," because I was like I'm a Niners fan, but we're playing football. I don't care about these guys, so I'm repping my city essentially at this point, right?
Yeah.
I got a Seahawks hat on, and I'm yelling this. Reggie got a wedgie and all this shit, and my dad's like, "Hey, tone it down a little bit."
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't care. I'm saying some wild ass shit. That's what you do at the game, right? You talk some shit to the players that can't hear you. I thought that's how you do it.
My dad was raising a little shit talker when I was a kid, so I clearly remember. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2005. I want to say it was 2005. Our home opener was either again. I want to say it was Atlanta. I could be totally wrong. It could have been Arizona. It was one of the two. My dad had me running down the aisle. There was like one Cardinals or Falcons fan in our whole section. And my dad, every time we got, kicked a field goal, scored a touchdown, did anything good, my dad pointed at that guy and goes, "Joe, go down there and give that guy a high five." So I do it every time. So, yeah.
So it's FRIESZ.
Yeah. Isn't that what I said? Fries with a Z.
I don't know. Listen, I'm trying to figure out when he played Reggie White because I could probably figure out what day and how old I was.
Oh, I got you. Let's look that up. While we're doing that, I guess what's your prediction for this game, score prediction wise?
Oh, I've got no clue. I don't know who's the quarterback. That's a huge ass, like, we're talking like anywhere from 10 to 35 points. Maybe not realistically 35, but like anywhere 10 to like 28 points.
I don't care. I wanna hear your score prediction. This is how we end the show.
10 to 28 points. We're getting 10 to 28 points. First there. God. First there, 27 points.
Come on, tell me what it is. You got to give me one.
I'm gonna go 24-22.
Which team?
We'll find out next week on the rivalry.
All right. Fuck, who are we playing? Browns backup quarterback. I've been saying 31-10 all fucking year. It hasn't happened once, so give me 31-10 one more time until it's right. The score probably won't end in that. We probably won't end the season with that score once, but that's what I'm kicking with. I'm thinking the Seahawks defense really steps up this game. So it was 1996, though, Ryan. I figured if you were looking, would have been September 29th, 1996 is the game you went to.
Okay. So I was 14.
Damn, I was -1. What? I'm just being an asshole, rubbing it in.
You're good.
You're getting old.
I was about to be a freshman in high school at 14.
Yeah. by math, I think I was 2 months away from being conceived. So I was not at that game. I don't think. I might have been. I doubt it.
I've been, let's see, I've been conceived or alive through all the 49ers Super Bowls.
Me
When you put it
too.
like that.
The Seahawks Super Bowls. All the Seahawks Super Bowl victories. I've been alive. And the losses.
Me too.
Yeah.
The wins and the losses, because we didn't miss until the 2000s. Oh.
Jesus Christ, Spongy. Is high school fun? I need to know.
Bro,
yeah.
Dude, high school can be fun as long as you don't give a shit about what other people think. Okay? You just do you. Find other people that like being themselves and don't mind what the fuck you do, and just kick it with them and just figure out what you want to do with your life and go in that course. Don't worry about the fucking fashion show and all this other bullshit. That shit is gonna go out the window the moment you guys hit fucking the job market. Once you hit the workforce, and nobody give a shit about all that hierarchy of who's got the cool clothes. It doesn't mean shit. It's all about what you can bring to the table.
Also, Spongy, high school is fun looking back on it, but some days when you're in high school, you're like, I don't want to be in high school anymore.
Yeah.
You do. When as soon as you leave high school, you're like, damn, I wish I was back there. But
sometimes you can, when you're in those bad spots, I know you can't, like, I remember I couldn't see how I'd be able to get over certain things that had happened and this and that. And a lot of it is just emotions. You know what I mean? And what you think other people are going to think. And that's why I said, if you don't care, it's not going to hurt you. So just remember, if you ever get in a bad spot in high school, it will be all over someday. All you got to do is just put your head down, get through it. You know what I mean? And there you go. There's so many things you can do too, like running start type programs or technical type programs to get out of essentially the classroom, you know, or your crowd, and you can get into other places where, you know, people are there for their merit. So don't just think you got one option. I know people who, some kids just need to get emancipated, get a 40-hour a week job and just start working. That's just the best thing for some kids. It's not the best thing for all kids. You know what I mean? I don't think the schools really do a very good job at like helping kids figure out what their path is and what their best path is for them, because they're just trying to keep them in the school.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I get it. But with that,
we got to cut it short. Yep, Corey.
Yep.
Corey going live.
With that, we're out, guys. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Have a good night. We will see you on Wednesday.
Check us out.